Welcome to 5 Minutes of Momentum. These episodes are a short 5-minute burst of inspiration, motivation, and massive action. If you need that little kick up the butt to get things moving and to inspire you to take massive action, then every single Thursday I'll be sending you through a 5-minute episode to download, digest, and implement to finish your week off strong. Are you ready to get started? Let's go. Welcome back to 5 Minutes of Momentum. Today I want to talk to you about what you should say during a sales call in order to show the value of what you offer. Now, this is possibly needs to be a longer episode, but I'm going to do my best to share it with you in 5 minutes time. It is not necessarily super simple because it will absolutely depend on the profession that you're in and where value lies within the service that you offer, because there are different types of service. So when we talk about ROI, right, return on investment, this is where people start to see the value. Sometimes it's different for different types of professions. So you might have a specific ROI that you can share that highlights the value that you deliver, or you may actually need to show the cost of inaction of if they don't invest in what it is that you offer. So there's a different play on this. So there's a few different things you need to communicate on a sales call, but the most important thing when it comes to communicating your value is actually less about what you tell them, it's more about what you ask them. So if you uncover what's really important to them, if you uncover the value based on what their needs are, you're more likely to have a conversion than you are to basically tell people what you do and how you help them and all the things that you can do, right? And this is where a lot of people get stuck and they go from the perspective of thinking sales is actually presenting your offer, when really your sales process needs to be about uncovering the need. Uncovering why the client needs your service or solution, uncovering how it's important to them, why it's important to them, uncovering the value based on time, money, or energy. And when we can uncover those things through the power of your questions, you're more likely to have a conversion because the client can see and hear how much you know about this specific area of expertise. So when you uncover, really getting to the deep reason as to why they need your service and uncovering how they currently feel about that, and why it's a problem for them, you're more likely to get a conversion because people are like, oh, I can see how much you know about this and I can see how your expertise shines through the power of the questions that you ask. So rather than go, I need to have a specific thing that I need to say, no, it's about actually the power of your questions and learning from the clients that you've worked with in the past and learning from the clients that you speak to and the potential leads that you speak to, and uncover how the problem is really a problem for them and also why the desire is so important for them to have. So if you can actually ask questions around that to uncover that for them, they're more likely to really see you as the expert in the field in order for them to convert. Now, the last little thing I'll say on this is when it comes to communicating your value, you need to be really clear on your ideal client so then you know the value for them. Because the value is usually going to be under the main three, and I've done a whole episode on this called the universal language of value. I've done a whole episode on this previously, where usually when we think about the world in general, the way that people understand value is usually around money, whether your offer saves them money or makes them money, whether it's around time, how it saves them time, speeds up the process, gets them closer to their goal quicker, those types of things. Or if the last one is energy or effort. So if it reduces effort and gives them energy, now your service may not actually have all three. So not often do they have all three, but there's usually one or two. And so if you're able to then communicate the value on those three things, they're more likely to then really understand and connect the dots between the service that you offer and the value points for them in their lives. So really when it comes to what you should say, it's less about what you should say, it's more about what you ask. So the more you can really pinpoint what are the questions that I can ask that will have them communicating to me why it's really important for them to work on this, why it's really important for them to solve this problem, and how valuable it is to them, how much money it's costing them, how much money it's preventing them from making, how much time it's costing them, how much slower it will be if they try to do it on their own, how much effort it takes for them to actually do the thing, right? And how it's draining their energy. If we can get them to say those things, they're more likely to be like, yeah, actually, I really do need to fix this. And it sounds like you really know what you're talking about. And by the sounds of it, then when you actually then go to communicate your offer, you have all the information in order for you to communicate how your offer solves each of the problems that they've highlighted for you. So it's really about learning the process and learning really powerful questions to uncover the value and show how well you know your level of expertise. And a lot of people don't really consider the questions to ask, and often they don't spend enough time in asking the questions, and they spend too much time speaking about what they do and how they help in their offer. Whereas really, when you're on a sales call, it should be a good majority of the time your client doing all the talking for at least 30 minutes, right? Like, and I know that sounds like a really long time. It just really depends on what you sell though. But like, if you're spending only 2 minutes getting to know the problem for the client and then you're going straight into selling, that's probably where you're going wrong. You aren't communicating your value by what you're telling them, right? You've got to come back to the place of what questions can I ask to uncover why this is a problem, how this is a problem, and why they want to solve it, and really be able to use the language that my ideal client is using in a way that they describe the problem, so then I can get to know it on a deeper level. When you really start to uncover things for them on a deeper level, that's when they go, yep, I'm ready to solve this. So I really want you to think about, what are the questions you're asking, and are you really uncovering the most important pieces in order for your ideal client to know that you are the right person to work with?